All right. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's grow. What is up, beautiful people? We are back with another segment of Convos with Creators, and I have a very special guest that I cannot wait for you to hear his story. This man has been able to grow an incredible following of over 1 million people in less than 1 year. His name is Ty Kelly, and I'm going to bring him on here in a second. But real quick, if you are a creator and you have dreams or aspirations of becoming a full-time or part-time creator where you get paid by some of your favorite brands to create great content promoting their products and services, then what you need to do right now is you need to get an account with creator.co, because this Convos with Creator series is sponsored. It's powered by creator.co. So do me a favor and comment "get paid," and by commenting "get paid," you will get a DM with a link to set up a free account with Creator so that you can start getting paid as a creator and build a full-time or part-time income on the side of what you've got going on right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to invite my guy Ty into this conversation right now. Just go ahead and this as a replay. It's all good. I'm super excited about this Combos with Creator series, this segment right here. We're going to pour out all the value that you need to know about what it takes to be successful on social media as a creator. We got my guy Ty in here right now. What's up, Ty? How you feeling, bro?
What's up, man? I'm good. How are you?
I'm blessed, man. I appreciate you hopping on here, man. Yo, listen, I don't want to waste any time because we got short time here, and you know people got a short attention span. All right, so I want to just jump right into you and your story and all the amazing things that you've got going on. We're gonna get to the million follower growth. We're gonna get to the 5-figure brand deals, but most importantly, I think people need to know the man behind the actual content. So, real quick, man, in a nutshell, who is Ty Kelly? Who is Ty Kelly?
Oh, man, that's the burning question. So I am a broken man saved by Jesus. Um, I would not be where I am today without my relationship with Jesus Christ.
Wow.
And I owe everything I have is I owe to him.
Mm.
And I'm a husband. I'm a father of 3, and I love to create content, and I love to impact lives. I love to entertain, inspire, and uplift. That's my goal in life, is to leave a legacy. It's more than just about
Mm.
us. It's about so much more than that. So I'm just blessed to be here,
I
man.
love that, man. And I'm a believer as well, and all glory to God, man. And I think that it's very powerful, man, that you're very open and outspoken about your faith, and you let it be known that that's the core of who you are as not just a creator, but who you are as a person. And that's what obviously drives you to do what it is that you do at such a high level. You've got a family, a beautiful family that is depending on you, a beautiful family that trusts you. You've got a circle of other broken individuals, how you put it, who need that inspiration, who need to have a source of hope that they can transition from where they're at to where they're going. And in this conversation, we've got people tuning in here, and what they're looking for is they're looking for hope with being a creator. They're looking for hope with,
Yeah.
taking their passions, taking their interests and doing something with it, not sitting on it, but putting it to good use. And if possible, being able to generate an additional stream of income. And that's why I wanted to pull you on here, man, because I think that what you can do for so many people is show them that it is actually possible. It is actually possible to work a regular job, to have a significant other, to have kids, and still be able to take your gifts, take your passions, take your interests, and do something with it that ends up bringing in some income and bringing in some money, man. So I
Yeah.
love that about you, man. You are obviously a workhorse, and we're going to be talking about that too. Just the amount of time and effort and discipline and dedication and commitment that it takes to be able to create content consistently, to build an audience, and then turn that into an additional stream of income, man. So
Yeah.
I want to kick this off like right off the bat with the 1 million, because I'm
Yeah.
about to start calling you Mr. Million. I ain't even gonna call you Ty no more. I'm just call you Mr. Million.
Yeah.
But okay, so let's bring it back, man. Like before you hit the million,
Sure.
what was your most viral post on Instagram or TikTok? Your main platform is which one?
So my biggest platform with the most followers is TikTok.
Okay.
Uh,
All
Followed
right.
by Instagram, followed by YouTube.
Okay, cool.
Um, but so just quick shout out to all you folks that are grinding right now. My first video on TikTok got me a whopping 250 views. Okay. So and it took a couple months before I even cracked 10,000 views, okay?
Wow.
So I just want to encourage all y'all that are watching right now. It's about consistency and showing up every single day and not giving up. That's the key. Just don't give up. There's so many people that come on here and think that they can just have overnight success. They don't see all the hard work that goes on
Mm,
behind the scenes and the many nights of like contemplating, oh, I just want to quit. Oh, I'm tired of this, and then I just you keep on showing up because it's something that you truly care about and you love, you're passionate about it.
mm.
And then that shows over time. Those consistent actions over time will start paying off dividends. And that's what I did, man. Like I just my content sucked. Like it was not good, and I had to take a good hard look in the mirror and start taking some extreme ownership of my own life and my own content and say, you know what? These analytics don't lie. Like,
Mm.
clearly I got to step up my game and I got to continue to be consistent. And so, actually, one of my first viral videos was actually, it was a faith-based video, and it got like 200,000 views.
Wow.
It was like a Denzel Washington quote that I like just captioned, and I was on it, and I was like pointing, and like it was like pop-ups and stuff like that, and it just like took off, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the most views I've ever gotten in my life. Um, but it wasn't until I posted the video. There was a Chick-fil-A video that I impersonated a Chick-fil-A employee, like running down. My wife was actually the one that was the guest, and I was chasing her down, and she was like filming with her hand, like kind of side driving. We had a kid in the, in the back, doing what you got to do with the kids
Right.
and filming, man. I
Yeah.
was like, well, at least they're in the car seat. They're stuck. They can't go anywhere. Where so, and we just filmed it, and I posted it, and then I like go to sleep, and then I wake up, and I had like over 1 million views overnight, and I was like,
Wow.
oh my gosh, what is going on? Like
Wow.
I never, dude. I've been posting goofy stuff ever since I had cameras. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was using my parents' old camcorder back in the day, like filming home videos. Like I was always goofing
Right.
around. I've never gotten hundreds of thousands, much less millions of views. So all
Wow.
of a sudden, like it just popped off, and we kind of, and something we can get into later on is like I leaned into what worked,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and
I'm definitely going. We're definitely gonna tap into that.
yeah.
But that's
So
that's that's incredible, man. So let me ask you this, right? So I'm assuming because you were so surprised by the fact that that Chick-fil-A video got like 1 million views, it's safe to say that you weren't aiming for that. You weren't necessarily, that wasn't necessarily the vision. It was more so, let me just try something new and
yeah,
see what happens with it.
yeah. I was like, look, the things that I'm doing right now just ain't working.
Right.
So we're gonna just throw up a bunch of stuff on the board and see what sticks.
Mm,
And that's what I did. I was humble enough to realize that some of these are going to fail.
right.
But one of them's going to hit.
Yeah.
It's a numbers game.
Right.
You keep on putting content out there, and one of them's going to hit.
Oh, that's a fact, man. It's definitely a numbers game. And what's really cool is that you've taken that one video and you built it into a series. And I'm assuming this is part of your strategy. We're going to dive into that as well.
Yeah.
But when you started creating these videos on TikTok, did you have a vision to turn that into another stream of income, or was it more so for leisure, just to kind of have an outlet for your creative expression? What did you have a vision to monetize, or was it just for fun?
I would make videos to the end of time for free.
Yeah.
I just enjoy it. It's an outlet for me. It's a way that I can express myself. It's a way that I can be a kid
Mm,
again. It's a way that I can just enjoy life.
Right.
You know, we take life so seriously, man, and life is so short. And sometimes you just got to be a goofball. Sometimes you got to just go outside of your comfort zone and do something a little uncomfortable. And that's what I try to do. I try to push myself to do things that I've never done before. I don't know if you follow Jesse Cole with the Savannah Bananas, but he tries 10 new things that have never been done on a baseball field every single game. They get together and they come up with 10 new ideas that have never been done before.
Wow.
I had the privilege of going and hosting a few games for them. They invited me up there and mic'd me up and just threw me into the
Yeah.
crowd and said, "Hey, go figure it out." And I had to come up with several bits in between innings that have never been done before on a baseball field.
Wow.
And so you really, I say that because you got to always continue to improve.
Yeah.
You can always improve, and there's always things that you can do to better yourself. And so
Absolutely.
I just kind of tried to master the craft, man.
I love that,
Yeah.
man. I think what's really important about what you said is like, you would do it for free, right? And I relate to that because, I have a huge sense of humor, and that's one of the biggest connections that, really drew me to you. And then I found out that you're also, a believer in Christ, which like magnified it. But like, it was the sense of humor. I love laughter. Laughter has played a huge role in just my mental wellness, the mental wellness and well-being of my family. It's how I cope with disappointment and failures and shortcomings. Is how I heal. Is how I overcome a lot of different challenges that I faced in life.
Yeah.
And it's just my medicine, and I realized that it's the same exact thing. And I think that when you approach being a creator and you approach it from a perspective of utilizing something that you're naturally gifted at, or you have a bottomless pit of passion for, it puts you in position to be able to endure the journey and the
Yeah.
process, the long days and long nights of, those 250 view
Yeah.
posts, right? Those posts that don't get any likes, don't really get that much engagement.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're doing something that you're passionate about. So the views and the engagement and the attention, that's just a bonus. The fact
Yeah.
that you're doing what you love is what's most important. And I think that gives you the endurance that you need as a creator to keep showing up and to keep innovating and coming up with new concepts. And you've taken that one video, that Chick-fil-A video, and everybody, you guys got to go check out Ty's Instagram and his TikTok, man. It is just flooded with incredible content, funny content. Like you can't go on Ty's page and not leave his page in a good mood. And you definitely will not leave his page without having shared maybe like 5 or 10 of his videos with your family and friends, okay? Because it's super relatable, man. And you took that Chick-fil-A concept and you ran with it. So let's talk about that, man. Like,
Yeah.
what was the process of building on that first video to turn it into a series that has lasted what seems
Yeah.
like years,
Yeah.
like
I
or
mean, you're
months
not
at least?
wrong. You're not
Yeah,
wrong. It's been multiple years.
yeah.
And what I would tell you is I'm all about stats. I've always been a stats guy, analytics guy. Like it's always fascinated
Mm,
me. So when I played baseball, I was obsessed with stats, like I just love stats. And so I constantly analyze my analytics to see how long is the watch time, how many shares, how many comments, how many likes, all that kind of stuff.
mm,
And the reason I do that is because it's been proven that the longer people watch something, the more the algorithm is going to push it.
absolutely.
Bottom line. And so you want to create things that people want to
Right,
share. That stop them in their tracks and say, "Ooh, I'm going to stop scrolling for a second and I'm going to watch this. This is interesting enough for me to stop my scroll."
right.
Because you got to think, if if I don't know you and I'm scrolling, you better be funny, or you better be jacked, or you better have some kind of spitting some straight up knowledge,
Yeah,
or I'm just going to scroll right past you
of course.
because I don't know you.
Right.
And so I don't take it personal if you scroll past me. You don't know me from Adam.
Mm,
So unless I'm going to stop you in your tracks and say, "Man, this guy's kind of funny. Like, I want to watch what happens," or, "Hey, what in the world is this guy doing getting choked out in the ocean right
right,
now?
right.
Like, what in the heck is going on here? Like, something's up with this. I got to figure out what's going
Exactly.
on." So that's the key, man, is once I found out, oh shoot, this resonates with lots of people.
Yeah.
I was like, how can I recreate this magic over and over and over and over and over again? And that's what I went back and I analyzed, all right, what made this so special? Well, a lot of people like Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And there is an ongoing, joke that, oh man, they must be trained by like Marines or Navy SEALs or something like that. So I took the joke and
Genius.
I made it into an actual series. And
Yeah.
I said, all right, what if we actually showed the behind the scenes of the training? And of
Yeah.
course, me being me, I go over the top
Right.
and just like make it ridiculous.
Yep.
And that's the key, man, is you can't do anything half butt. You got to
Right.
go all out in
Right.
everything you do because people will read right through that. If you're not passionate about it, if you don't bring the energy, if you don't bring realness and authenticity, then
Yeah.
people are going to see right through it, man, and they're going to scroll, man. People just, they want transparency, they want vulnerability, they want
Yep.
you to just be yourself. And
Absolutely.
that I am me on those videos. Like I'm
Yep.
not changing who I am. That
I
is me.
love it.
So, yeah.
I love that, man. Yeah, no, I think it's brilliant, man. And one of the key things that I hope people picked up on from what you were saying is the fact that like you're naturally somebody who's about stats and numbers and analytics, but you made it a point to go to your content and study, the different nuances that made a difference in how it performed. And as a creative genius, you took pop culture conversation about the military style training that these Chick-fil-A employees must have to, my pleasure, my pleasure, my pleasure, and
Yeah.
always give the utmost, incredible service. And like you decided to kind of bring that concept to life through your content.
Yeah.
And obviously you were able to grow a massive following, and it's led to you starting other very funny series as well, which we'll talk about. But let me ask you this, because I know that you mentioned that you would do it for free, right? But at what point in time did it become an idea that maybe you can actually start making money from this thing of being a creator?
Yeah, man, it was really a God thing. I'll forget it. I'll never forget it. Her handle was called Best Friends for Frosting,
Mm,
and she was a big Pinterest gal, but she was starting to do the TikTok game, and she had already been a full-time content creator, making six figures
wow.
or more a year as a full-time content creator,
Wow.
mostly on Pinterest. And then she got into TikTok and Instagram, and she was crushing it. And she
Yeah.
had her own little niche, like something so far off of what I would ever
Right.
do. And I was like, man, she's passionate about food
Yeah.
and she posts about food
Yeah.
and people love food, and so they're sharing their affinity for food, and she's making bukudos of money off of just sharing videos. And
Yep.
my mind was just blown. I
Yep.
had no idea prior to that conversation. It was just, she like DM'd me, was like, hey, I love your content, this is great. And what was such a godsend is she had learned so much from doing her own brand deals. Like she did all her own brand deals. She didn't have anybody represent her. She said that she
Wow.
did a better job than everybody that tried to represent her. So she just
Mm,
kept on doing it herself.
yeah.
She's like, I do such a good job and I built so many contacts up. She's like, I kind of want to take a chance at, representing other people.
Wow.
And so she was like, would you be my first, person that I represent? And although that relationship and like her doing that for me didn't work out,
Yeah.
in like the 3 month span that we did work together, my eyes were open to just all the
Possibilities.
possibilities.
Yeah.
And like that was the inflection point. That was the turning point, and me realizing that I can turn a passion into something I can make money
Mm,
out of.
mm,
And
mm.
so
That's
that was
that's
pretty cool.
that's dope, man. So you saw somebody else doing it, and you saw how they were doing it in such a tight niche,
Uh-huh.
and it was like, well, if they can do it, I can do
Yeah.
it. I just need to figure out how.
Yeah.
So that was kind of where the light bulb went off for you, where it's like I can actually turn what I'm passionate about into another stream of income. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
what you're doing is coming from a genuine place. So the opportunity to make money is just icing on the cake, right? And
Exactly.
we got a lot of people on here, and I want everybody we got a lot of people on here that are creators, and I know you guys know that there's money out there to be made. I mean, being a content creator, putting that on your resume is not a joke anymore. Like it actually means something in this era that we're in of the digital age. And if you're somebody who wants to start generating an income, maybe start doing paid brand deals, maybe start doing some UGC content that a brand will pay you for, you need to go ahead and get an account with creator.co. And I put a pinned message in there. If you comment get paid on this live, and if you're watching this as a replay, if you comment get paid on this post, you'll get a DM with a link to get a free account with creator.co. You can literally set up a free account and you can actually start reaching out to brands and have brands reaching out to you to do collaborations and paid partnerships. And you don't have to have a huge following either. So if getting paid as a creator, full-time or part-time, is something that you have on your wish list, comment get paid, check your DM after this live, and make sure that you set up an account. But let's jump back into it. Ty, now that we're talking about the money side of things, I'm very curious.
Sure.
Okay, I'm very curious. And I like to get like all the nitty-gritty details.
Yeah.
What was like the first brand deal opportunity that you got, whether it was like something that you got paid for or got paid a lot for or not? When did you first get an opportunity to work with a brand? Like how long into the journey did it take?
So, speaking of signing up for things, that manager, she said you need to go sign up for this, and like I immediately went and did it, and I signed up for all of them, and I was put on all these different platforms like Acorns and all these different
Yeah.
platforms that will pitch you. And it's like a lot less money for these type of platforms, some of the ones that I was on, than like straight up going through brands,
Yeah.
but it was like a stepping stone, right?
Sure.
And so it was a place to get my feet wet and kind of understand like the game, like.
Yeah.
And so I think my first brand deal was maybe like $150 or like gift exchange. It was a few gift exchanges at
Sure.
first,
Yeah.
and or like product exchange, I should say,
Yeah.
for like a piece of content or something like that. And I think after I hit 100,000 followers is when I really started asking for some kind of payment.
Yeah.
And I mean, my engagement was through the roof at that point. And that's another thing, folks. Like, if you're paying attention right now, you don't have to have hundreds of thousands of followers to get paid.
Right.
And that's something that I really want to encourage y'all. Like, you don't need 1 million followers to get paid. I was getting paid even before I hit 100,000. Now, the more followers you get, the more leverage you have, of course, because you have more eyeballs. But at the same time, I have less engagement than you smaller creators might have, because the bigger you get, the harder it is to maintain a high level of engagement, just because you got a lot of followers. They might not see your stuff.
Right.
And so, if you're like a micro influencer that's like, somewhere between like 10,000 to like less than 100,000, like a lot of brands will target you instead of targeting me,
Hmm.
because they don't want to pay the amount that I'm going to ask them. They would rather get
Right.
you and pay you a little bit less because you probably have a more engaged
Right.
audience. So just keep that in mind, that they do care more about engagement than they necessarily do about your following. And that's another thing.
True.
Don't go buying followers. Like, don't go buying followers, buying fake engagement. That's just going to screw up your
Yep.
that's just going to screw up your page. You're going to have to start all over
A
again.
hundred
So
percent.
do not do that. Do not take the easy way out. Don't try to, get the quick buck. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
You grind and you grind and you grind, you keep working hard, and you might not see results right away,
Yep.
but that's it.
Yeah.
It's small, consistent acts every single day, day in and day out, and not giving up and being resilient. And that's what's going to get you to the place you want to get to.
100%, bro. 100%. I'm glad that you put that in perspective, because people don't realize, like, before you could get away with it, right? Like there was a time on Instagram where you could get away with buying followers and creating this whole persona that brands would believe in, and
Yeah.
then they'd go ahead and they'd pay you. But like now there's so much technology out there. Brands are using, different types of tools to to be able to gauge how authentic your following actually is, like how many legitimate accounts you actually have following you. and Instagram recognizes that as well.
Yeah.
And when you start buying followers, then you have to start buying engagement, and then you have to keep buying it over and over and over again to keep up that level.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be very clear that something's up if you stop paying for the followers and you stop paying for the engagement, and now all of a sudden, you got 500,000 followers and your videos get 100 views.
Yeah.
Now it's a big
Yeah.
red flag,
Yeah.
and you're gonna have a hard time getting any
Yeah.
deal. So,
Exactly.
I love that advice that you're giving, man. And listen, slow and steady, build it up organically. When you have a smaller community, your advantage is, your engagement rate might be higher than big accounts. And sometimes brands prefer that. Like you said, they'd rather work with a smaller account that has higher engagement, so they know that they're getting a little bit more for the money that they're spending on, and they can actually stretch their budget across a
Exactly.
higher quantity of creators rather than just paying a huge fee to one creator
Yep.
and just crossing their fingers and hoping that it reaches as many people as they need it to. So
Yep.
there's definitely hope for smaller accounts. And Ty, you were talking about how you started to grow your following and you recognized that you had a lot of engagement, and then you started kind of demanding a little bit more money. Now, at this point, were you reaching out to brands?
Oh yeah.
Like, what was the percentage between you reaching out to brands and brands reaching out to you for these collaboration opportunities?
Dude, I was signing up for everything. I was instructed to grind, man. And
Yeah,
that's what I did. I
yeah,
signed up for every single place that I could sign up for things. And if it was something that I believed in, now I didn't like just sell out and like just take anything.
right.
But if it was something that I liked and I believed in and it didn't go against my like core beliefs,
Yep,
I would take it even if it was a product exchange because I was faking it till I make it.
right,
Like I was gonna take it and I was gonna show it and act like I belong
right.
because you do belong,
Yeah,
and you got to stop selling yourself short. And so I just started believing in myself, man, and I just started acting like I was been doing it all along.
yep,
And so even if I wasn't getting paid a lot of money for it, I put everything into it, and I wanted to make really quality content every time that I did some kind of brand deal
yep,
or some kind of collaboration. So because when other brands come knocking, they're going to ask you what your like engagement rate is. They're going to ask you, can you show me some old posts that you've done with other brands?
yep.
And they're going to want to see your results because they don't want to just pump money into you if you're not going to get them any kind of results.
Exactly.
And so I was able to show them, hey, look, this is what I did with Whataburger. This is what I did with Dr. Pepper. This is what I did with Walmart. This is what I did with
Yep,
Nabisco. And they're
yep,
like, oh,
yep,
dang, this guy's got some good engagement on some brand deals.
yep,
Like maybe this guy is worth what he's asking.
yep.
And that's how it kind of started, man. It's just
I
like
love
over time I
it.
started, getting the hang of
You
it.
are dropping gems here, Ty. Yeah, first of all, everybody who's listening to this, go and follow Ty right now. Like, just go to his page, ty.kelly.official. Did I get that right?
Yeah, you did, man. Good job.
Ty.kelly.official. Dropping some major gems here about just the process of getting into, becoming a paid creator. A couple things that you said. Number one, you mentioned how you were going after the deals. Like you signed up for everything, every platform that there was that gave an opportunity to get paid to create content. You were signing up for it, and you were being on the offense and not just waiting for the opportunity to come to you. And that's something that I think there's a common misconception in the space of, becoming a part-time or full-time creator. A lot of people think that there's this status thing where it's like, well, I'm going to wait for brands to come to me. And it's like, listen, I'm, you know, I have over 100,000 followers at this point in time, and I still reach out to brands. I mean, like there's over 1 billion active users on TikTok. There's over 1 billion active users on Instagram, and that number is going to keep growing.
Yeah.
If you think that these brands can just find you, they just know that you exist,
Dude,
you are sadly mistaken.
I'll give you a perfect example. I reached out because I'm trying to like make wellness I mean, wellness has always been a big part of my life, but I'm really emphasizing. I'm 32 years old now. It's like, all right, man, I got to stay healthy. I got to stay healthy for my kids. I want to stay healthy as I get older, and I want to start representing some brands that promote wellness. So like Blokes is one of the wellness brands that I have partnered with. but I wanted, like the saunas and the cold plunge and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I reach out to them, man. Like I've reached out to plunge, mod tubs. Like I've reached out to a bunch of sauna places. The Great Wolf Lodge that we just stayed at, we reached out to them. Like I have a it I mean it dude, you have AI now, all right? So
Fact.
there's no excuse.
Fact.
You say, "Hey, write me a proposal. This is what I want to include in it. Spit it out for me. If it comes out and it's not exactly what you want, you refine it a little bit and there you go. It's going to take you 10 minutes to do
Right.
it." And
Right.
I have literally a saved proposal of like, "Hey, my name's Ty. I'm a content creator. I got over 1.5 million followers across TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. This is some of the content. This is some of the brands I've worked with in the past.
Yep.
These, like you give examples of why you bring value, and then
Yep.
you make your proposal. Like, hey, I would love to work with you. I love your product. I've been following you for a
Yep.
while. You make it personal.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
doing a lot of reach outs, man. Like these people
Yep.
think that they're just going to come to you. I get millions of views and I still reach out to people
Period.
all the time. And I'm
That's
not
it.
saying that to brag. I'm saying that the grind never stops. Like
The
just
work.
because you think
Yep.
you've arrived, you've never arrived. And the second that you think you've arrived is when you stop growing.
Yep. That's a fact, man. And people will pass you up. People will get the opportunities that you didn't go after because you settled, man. So you dropping some bombs right now, man. And everybody who's tuned in here, um, if you are somebody who is a creator and you have a passion for creating content and you want to turn that into a stream of income, whether it's a full-time creator or a part-time creator, or maybe you're somebody here that didn't really have an interest in being a creator that makes money, but you're open to the idea because you do have passions, you do have gifts, you do have interests that you would love to kind of create content around and be able to work with some brands and get paid. Here's what I want you to do. This conversation is powered by creator.co. This is the leading influencer marketing platform on planet Earth with an F because they're fantastic. So what they do is they make it very easy for you to get your feet into being a paid creator because they let you set up an account for free. They don't charge you to have an account. Right now, there's no like monthly fees to have an account. Just start an account and set up your profile, and you can literally start getting brand deals really quickly. So all you have to do is comment, get
Get
paid. All right, GET,
paid.
get paid, baby. GETPAID on this live in the comments, and check your DM after this conversation, and you'll have a link in there so you can set up a completely free account with creator.co. So great opportunity there, man. So let's jump back into it, Ty. So we talked about the number one thing, right? We talked about one of the first nuggets that you dropped there when you were talking about just going after the deal yourself. You reach out to people. The second thing that you dropped that was an absolute gem is that you did brand deals that didn't pay money, but they did, like, maybe it was like a gift. Maybe you got like a free product, but you did it because it was your opportunity to basically build your resume.
Yeah.
For you to build a resume of proof that
Yeah.
you can create great content for brands. And I look at that as like internship work, right? It's kind of like you being an intern where you basically work for free. Like maybe you might get a free lunch, you might get a couple perks here and there, but essentially you're working for free.
Yeah.
But you're working for free to build up your resume, to build your credibility, to build, your reputation that will put you in a position to get
Yeah.
paid by brands that actually have a budget to pay you. And that is a bar right there for everybody listening. Like, just because a brand is not offering you money, or just because you may not feel like you have a large enough following to get a paid brand deal, you can still reach out to brands and you can still accept opportunities to work with brands
Mm-hmm.
in exchange for something that is not monetary. Maybe they want to give you a 6-month trial on their platform. Maybe they want to gift you a free item from their store. Whatever it is, if you're in the beginning stages, take those opportunities as long as they're in alignment with what your belief system is and how you want to be presented and what you want to be associated with. Take those opportunities and create content. Take
Yeah.
that, and now you have a little bit of proof of concept when you do reach out to brands who have a budget to pay you money, and you can say, hey, listen, this is the type of work that I did for so-and-so. And here's the thing. when you reach out to these brands, they don't ask you, hey, did that brand pay you or not? They don't care if they paid you or not.
Yeah.
They just want to see that you've done work for brands in the past. So I love the fact that you mentioned that, Ty. And on that subject, man, because I know people are on here and they're like, yo, this is cool, but let's talk about the money. So what was, I want to, which question do I want to ask? Okay.
Ask them all.
All right. I'm trying, because we tight on time, man. I don't want to keep you forever. You got to get back to the family. Okay, so what was your highest paid brand deal? If you don't mind disclosing what you made, and I don't know if you signed an NDA or whatever the case is, if you could share what brand it was or what company it was, that'll be icing on the cake. But like,
Sure.
what was your biggest paid brand deal? And when did that happen? At what stage in your career as a paid creator did that happen?
So I recently, I mean, it was within the last year,
Yeah.
I did two brand deals. Um, One was with Harris Teeter, so the grocery store, Harris Teeter, if y'all are familiar. I did one with them that was like 8,000, and then
Wait. You just gonna go right over that. Hold on now. I just want yeah, it's like 8,000 and no, you ain't gonna just brush right over there. Okay. Now this is $8,000
yes.
for one video.
So that one was actually that one was actually two videos. It was two
Oh,
videos.
okay.
Two
So $8,000.
30-second videos. So we're talking a minute total for $8,000. That was what blew my mind.
Yeah, I look, yo, the goosebumps is coming out right now. You made 8,000. Like, if y'all are listening to this, like right now, comment wow if you caught that. So you got a brand deal that paid you $8,000 for two 30-second videos. That 30 seconds.
Yeah, man. It's wild. I still sometimes like pinch myself because I'm just like, how in the world
Wow.
do I get to do something I love and like make money from it, you know?
Get
Um
paid.
yeah, I mean, get paid, baby. I mean, it's just it's
Yo.
that's, and then it's like, man,
What?
all that work paid off, you know, like
Yes.
it's actually paying off.
Yes.
People actually see my value.
Yes.
You know, like don't ever chalk yourself up as less than. Remember what your value. I mean, you're an image bearer of God for once. So like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what people say about you. I don't care what any of y'all say about me. I would love it if you love me.
Mm,
I would love that. I like to be loved. People like to be liked.
yeah.
Like that's fine if you like to be liked, but at the end of the day, I answer to one person and one person only, and
Yeah.
that is God Almighty.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, that is what I care about, and I'm gonna be me, and I'm gonna be real, and I'm gonna be authentic, and
Oh,
I'm not gonna. And you know what? I think the Lord is, even though I don't deserve it, He's blessing me,
yeah,
and
man. Oh, God is good. God is
so
good,
yeah,
man.
man.
You are man. I literally got goosebumps. And then people are going crazy in the comments right now. I know if you're watching this as a replay, you don't see it, but people are going crazy, man. Listen, if y'all want to get some paid brand deals, comment get paid. My man Ty just told y'all that he got paid $8,000 to do two 30-second videos.
Yeah.
Now, listen, I'm somebody. I always say this, right? Like if something is worth having, if something is worth having and something is worth being good at,
Mhm.
then be bad at it for however long you have to until you get good at it. Because if it's worth it to be good at it, you can really be blessed in a major way,
Yeah.
right? And we're talking about, I mean, dude, you literally made more money in 60 seconds than the average American makes in 2 months of working a job,
I mean, that's
40
not even
hours a
the
week.
biggest. I mean, that's not even the biggest one I've done either. So it's
We're
like,
gonna get to that one. You're gonna stop flexing for a second. You're gonna stop flexing for a second. Look, hold on now. Because the fact that it gets better than that is crazy. But let's just put it in perspective, y'all. Like I did my homework, Ty. Can I tell you my homework?
I want to see. I know
I'm
you do your homework. Come on
I,
now.
I, I did some homework, and what I did was I did some research to
Okay.
find out what the average
Oh,
income is and
oh
and
man.
and minimum wage at this current point in time. Okay, the the average yearly income for an American, and I know some people listening here, you're not from America, but it's all right. You still gonna understand. The average income in 2003, yearly income 2023 for Americans was $59,384, just shy of $60,000. The average American made $60,000 per year in 2023. Now that breaks down to monthly $4,948.67, okay, per month. And then that breaks down to some other number or whatever the case is. But I looked up the national average of like the minimum wage, and it says $9. And if we do this mathematically, okay, you would have to work 549 hours to make about 4,000 and change per month or something like that at $9 an hour. You made more money
Mm,
in 60 seconds
mm,
than what the average American would have to work over 500 hours
mm,
in order to make. I need that to sink
mm.
in.
Hey,
You got paid. And if y'all listening want to get paid, I need you to comment get paid. If y'all trying to get an $8,000 paycheck for a couple 30-second videos, if y'all would like that to be your situation, I need you to comment get paid. Because you're going to get a link so you can start an account with creators.co, the leading influencer marketing platform, and you're going to start an account for free, and you're going to be able to start landing some brand deals too. My man Todd, you got this conversation cooking. Do I have you for a little bit more
of
time?
course,
Do I have?
of
Okay.
course, of course.
God bless you, brother. Okay, because we're going to talk about this.
Mm.
$8,000 for 2 videos, 30 seconds each. Let me ask you this question. In total, how long did it take you to make those videos? Because I know the videos themselves are 30 seconds, but you gotta write out
Sure.
the concept, you gotta shoot the video, you gotta edit it, add all the sound effects and all that type of stuff like that. That whole process, how long did it take you to make those two 30-second videos? Ballpark.
Um, so it probably took me anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour to actually shoot the videos.
Yep,
Because I want to, make sure that I get good shots.
of course.
Especially when someone's putting money into it, you want it to be
Absolutely.
as good as it possibly can be. Um, so I'd say 30 minutes to an hour to shoot the video.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it probably, took 30 minutes to an hour to prep, like to write out what I wanted it to
Yep.
be, like the scripts and, the kind of the concepts. And then editing, an hour to 2 hours of editing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you're talking less than
Yep.
10 hours for the two
Yep.
videos, probably.
Yep. I
So,
counted 8. I don't know if my
yeah,
math is right, but I counted
yeah,
about
no, I
8
mean,
hours on the
it's,
high end.
yeah, it's like 8 to 10 hours maybe. And that's probably like 10 hours is high because, thank God, because I've been doing it for so long, I can edit a lot faster now.
Yep.
And that's a whole nother thing that we can get into in a
Yep.
moment is you are building skill sets
Yes.
by doing this that translate not to just a creator market.
Right.
Like I'm talking like there are marketing jobs out there. There are chief content officers out there.
Yep.
There are chief marketing officers out there. You are building a resume not only to get paid here, but to get paid by other businesses for you to help them do their
Yep.
content.
Yep.
Like there's so much more than just what meets the eye
Yep.
here. And so I don't want y'all to miss that. Like I got hired at my current job because, by the way, y'all, I still work a full-time job. Like I haven't made it yet, quote unquote. Like
You're doing
I got
great.
a wife and 3 kids to take care of, so I'm still grinding away at a 9 to 5. But my point being is I got hired at this job because they knew that I created content. They knew that that was value that I brought.
Wow.
So they're like, hey, we want you to create some of the videos for our company too. Like that's part of your job. It's going to be like, hey, we want you to create some videos for our company
Incredible.
because they value the tools that I have built and like those things that I've honed. And so I just want y'all to keep that in mind
Wow.
as well. Like there's so much more to it.
Bro, that's huge. Like just creating videos with the intention of just bringing some smiles to people, like how that snowballed into you, getting paid a significant amount for brand deals, and then that creating a job opportunity for you because you developed a skill set that became an asset for their company. It's incredible how big this world of being a content creator really is. Like, it's so much more than just press and record on a video.
Yeah.
Like, it's gotten minimized to that, but I think that people need to understand that this is a legitimate space, man. It's a life-changing space. So
It
I
is.
think that's incredible, man. And like I said, $8,000 for two
Yeah.
30-second videos that took you approximately 8 hours to create. I mean, the average workday is 8 hours.
Yeah.
I promise you, there's not a lot of people in America or in any part of the world that clock in for 8 hours. When they clock out, they added $8,000 to their paycheck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Right.
the fact that you're able to do that on the side of working a regular job, and you're a husband and you have kids, right? Like, it shows that this is a viable path to enhance the quality of your life
Yeah.
in a major way, and it doesn't take as much time as people think. And hey, if you're sitting here and you're like, well, it takes me forever to make a video, and it's like, that's okay. If you keep doing this over and over and over again, and you compress the gaps of time from the first video that you create to the next one, that learning curve is going to shorten. You're going to develop your skills faster, and you're going to be able to produce higher quality content,
Yeah.
one video after the next.
Yeah.
And you've been able to do that at a high level. So now you flexed on me, and then we're going to go back to it, because you said that wasn't even the highest paid deal that you got. Okay. So if that wasn't if $8,000 for two 30-second videos, if that wasn't the highest paid brand deal that you got, what was better than that?
Okay. So before I say this number, y'all, I just want y'all to know, I said this at the beginning. Everything that I have is the Lord's. Everything that I have. All right.
Amen.
Because I could put all the effort in, I could be faithful, but it doesn't mean I have to be fruitful.
Right.
And I want y'all to keep that in mind when God talks about the parable of the talents in the Bible. When the master says, well done, he says, my good and faithful, he says, faithful servant. He doesn't say fruitful, because the fruit is up to God. Like, the fruit is up to God. What we can do is we can be faithful. And what I want to do is I want to do everything as unto the Lord. So when I tell y'all this, it's because I want to encourage you. It's not because I want to brag, because it is nothing that I have done. I want y'all to know that God has put this fire in my belly to work hard, to work really hard, and I'm passionate about this. If you can't tell, I'm very passionate about this, but I want to encourage y'all. This could be y'all too. Y'all look at me, I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody. And I just want y'all to know that this can be y'all too. But anyways, I say that as a preface to the fact that in 2 videos with Walmart, I made $12,000. $12,000. It's humbling just to think about it.
Wait,
But
what?
yeah,
$12,000
yeah, it's pretty
for
crazy.
2 videos.
2 videos,
bro.
yeah,
30-second video, 60 seconds. I don't even think it matters. Like, the fact, 2 videos. Like, how long were these videos?
yeah. The minimum was 30 seconds, so I think it like went just slightly over 30 seconds each one of them.
Bro, hold on, man. I'm trying to process all this, man. And I know everybody on here, like, y'all gotta be like, just drop some fire emojis in the comments. Drop some fire emojis if you're catching this right now and you're as mind blown as I am. $12,000 for 2 videos.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: how long, as much as you can remember, but how long did it take for you to get that $8,000 deal, and then how long after that did it take for you to get the $12,000 deal, right? Because what I want people to understand is the buildup, right? Like, it's not you started creating content, you had one video go viral, and now all of a sudden these companies hit you up, they want to put thousands of dollars in your pocket. There's a stretch of time that has happened from when you created that first viral video to when you actually started landing those paid brand deals. So what was the time frame between when you started and the first one, and then after that?
Yeah, so I started creating content consistently in
Yep.
2020. Back in probably March of 2020 is when I started posting.
Yep.
And it wasn't until the tail end of 2023
Hmm.
that I got the $8,000 one, and it wasn't until the beginning of 2024 that I got the $12,000 one. So you're talking
Wow.
3 to 4 years before I got
Sowing
that kind
seeds.
of money.
Sowing seeds.
So it wasn't just, and look, y'all, when I tell you in that first year that I was creating content, and this might have been a little obsessive, and I've had to take a step back, but like when you talk about wanting something,
Mhm.
you got to be willing to do what other people aren't willing to do. Um, and I was willing to do whatever it takes to build something special. And so I posted every day, sometimes multiple times a day.
Yeah.
I was going live every single day. I was engaging with my audience every single day. They knew that I actually cared about them.
Yep.
They could sense that I actually cared about my
Mm.
community. And that's what people are craving. They don't want this facade anymore. They don't want this fake, lavish lifestyle. You know,
Right.
maybe some people look at that and they're like, "Oh, that's cool." But no, they want genuine authenticity. And some of these people that are actually in this live right now, they've known me since 2020. They're the OGs.
Wow.
And they've been following me before I had 10,000 followers.
Yep.
And that's what's so cool to me is that I'm still getting to speak into the lives of people that have been following me for 4 years now.
Wow. Wow.
Like I am just humbled by the fact that like people choose to follow me. Like 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 out of all the millions and billions of people in the world, people choose to follow me. It's a humbling thing, and I don't take it lightly.
Mm.
And and so I'm just so humbled by the fact of that. But there was so I don't want y'all to miss the point that I worked my tail
Yep.
off. I, I worked hard.
Yep.
And look, I could have worked hard and nothing could have come up from
Right.
it. And
Very true.
that's why I want y'all to know, like, be faithful in what you're doing
Love it.
and leave the rest up
I
to
love
God.
that.
Um
I love that, man. You've been dropping some bombs, man, and I love it, man. I love how the humility behind it. I mean, what you're getting now is just the byproduct of you being a faithful servant, right, and a faithful steward over your gift and your passion, and just doing the work. And hey, listen, those deals may not have come in until a couple years or a few years later, but that doesn't mean that you couldn't have gotten deals sooner than that. You know what I
sure,
mean?
sure.
Reaching out to different brands and things like that. But at the end of the day, it goes to show that if you do the work long enough and you do it with real intention, like the opportunities are very likely to come to you, and you can create your own opportunities. And that's ironically, right? That's what a creator is. Like, you create content, you turn ideas
Mhm.
into real, tangible, visual concepts, and you can actually generate real, tangible income from that
Sure.
as well, man. And I think that that's absolutely incredible, man. Like, kudos to you, because I don't mean to be counting your dollars or whatever, but from those two brand deals that you mentioned, that's $20,000, and
Yeah.
that's on top of the job that you
Yeah.
have, right? So it's like you've been able to supplement your income by making 30 to 60-second
Mm.
videos. You know what I mean? And it's not to like put anybody down, but most people have to work hours. They have to trade in hours upon hours upon hours of their life, months of their life, to make that money that you were able to make, from doing a few videos. And it's not like you didn't put those hours in. You worked hard for 2 to 3 years
Yeah.
to get to that point. But now that you're here, you can continue to generate significant brand deals that put a significant amount of money in your pocket, because the foundation is already
Yeah.
set. The foundation is set. It's like planting a crop. Once you till the soil and you lay it down, that might take you a year, it might take you months, but once it's laid down, you can just keep planting seeds
Yep.
and keep reaping that harvest. And that's what you've been able to do. So now you have a platform that you can continue to generate income from. So it's just the tip of the iceberg, man. And honestly, we're just halfway through the year. There's another 6 months left. Your audience is going to continue to grow. There's so much more time to get new brand opportunities, brand deals, and generate more income. So I hope people are really catching just how magnificent this story is, man. Like how you've taken your passion and you've turned it into another stream of income, and you've built a platform for you to actually make an impact on a large group of people, some of who have been rocking with you since day one, before you had the comma in your following, before you had the extra zeros in
Yeah.
your follower
Yeah,
account.
man.
And I think that is a beautiful thing. I didn't realize how much time went by. I had so many more questions, but I'm not going to hold you up too much longer. I do want you to drop some a couple extra gems before I let you go.
Sure.
And before I get into that, for everybody that's on here, if you've been getting value from this conversation, if your mind has been blown, if you've been encouraged and inspired to take content creation more serious and to really take a shot at generating more income, and you're just kind of looking for a roadmap to kind of kickstart that journey, I want to encourage you to go to creator.co and set yourself up with a free account so that you can start getting brand deals. Creator.co is the leading platform for influencer marketing. They are the bridge between creators and brands that want to pay creators money. And it's a free platform as of right now. And if you comment get paid on this live, on this video, if you comment get paid, GETPAID, check your DM after, and I'll send you a link to get a free account with creator.co and kickstart that journey of becoming a paid creator and start to build towards becoming a part-time or a full-time creator that gets money put in their pocket. So comment, get paid, and check your DM. And if you don't get a DM for whatever reason, just shoot me a message and I'll be more than willing to help you out. But yeah, man, like you are such an inspiration, Ty. And obviously it's been a journey for you over the past few years, just kind of building the following that you have and
Yeah.
growing as the creator that you are.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that you've had a lot of lessons. And there are people on here that are going to get into this journey, and they might have some misconceptions about what it takes, or how to, the ethics or the process. So I want you to share one mistake that you highly recommend that people who want to become a part-time or full-time creator, what is one mistake that you highly recommend that people avoid making?
Um, yeah, I would say, man, can I give a few? I'll try to be quick because it's hard to
Please
narrow it
do.
down to one.
Sure.
I would say the biggest one is don't change who you are for anything.
Mm,
And always be yourself. There's been times, and I'm not saying don't listen to your audience, because there's one thing to like listen to your audience's feedback, and try to give them some more of the things that they desire.
right.
It's a whole different thing to like change who you are because a few people comment something not so nice in your comments, and you're like trying to appease people that their opinions don't really matter.
Right.
At the end of the day, a lot of people are gonna hate. And
Mm,
here's the reason why. Because they want to feel better about themselves, so they're going to hate on you.
right.
Because you're doing what they weren't willing to
Mm,
do. You're doing something that they gave up on or they quit.
mm,
And so they want to make themselves feel better. So they're going to hate on you, and they're going to just try to rain on your parade because
yep.
you have burst through that little bubble that they put you in.
Mm,
And that could be people as close as people that are in your
mm,
family.
mm,
I've had family members that disagreed with what I was doing and said, "Why are you wasting all that time creating videos that don't even matter? You could be doing this and you could be doing that." And the human fleshy side of me wanted to take the money and be like, "Here."
mm,
But that's the petty side of me. That's not God honoring. And so obviously I didn't do that. But it's like I kind of wanted to be like, I did do it, but it wasn't me. And that's why I have to constantly remember what I get is not me.
mm,
God has put these things in me and lit the fire in me, but it's his blessings and his blessings alone. So number one is don't change who you
mm,
are. Number two, create fight for creative autonomy, if you can, because you know your audience better than these brands know your
mm,
audience. And so if you can create your own script and bring it and pitch that to them and like say, hey, this is something that works well, I think my audience will respond well to this. It fits well into what I already do. It's kind of organic. It's going to play better when you're doing these brand deals with people that are following you. So, and what I mean by that is sometimes these brands like to say, "Hey, you have to say this, you have to say that." And sometimes you don't have a choice. You have to slide some things in there.
Right.
But try to make it as natural as possible.
Yep.
And if you can fight for some creative autonomy, do that because it's gonna come across as more genuine and authentic to the people that follow you.
Mm.
So that's number two. Um, and then the biggest one is be consistent. Don't give up. Don't quit.
Yep.
Because when you want to throw in the towel, look, I've been there.
Mm.
I've put so much hard work and effort into things, and it just absolutely just
Yep.
tank. And then the thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look out there to all these other people, and you're going to want to
Yep.
compare. You're going to want to compare to all these other people and say, "Oh my gosh, they posted that garbage and they got this many views. Are you kidding me? Like I put all this time and effort and I get 1,000 views. Are you kidding me? Like what's going on?"
Yep.
Listen, do not focus on all the other people. You can look to them for ideas and uh, you can build off of other people's ideas and like make it your own, but don't change who you are. And definitely don't try to compare yourself to other people. You stay in your lane and you stay consistent and you don't quit.
I
That's
love
it,
it,
man.
man. I love it. That's some powerful stuff right there, man. Like, don't change who you are. Strive for creative autonomy and stay consistent. And yeah, in due time, man, like the fruits will harvest at some point in time. And also, you gotta also be on the offense. Don't just sit and wait.
Yeah.
Like, if you know you have something to offer a brand, if you know that you have value to bring to them, reach out to them and understand this. Like, whether you have a large following or not, you can still make money as a creator. You can still build a part-time and even a full-time income as a creator, because it's not all about how many followers you have that you can, get attention on a brand's video. You can also create content for a brand to use on their social platform. It's called UGC. It's called user generated content. There are brands that are paying thousands of dollars to have very talented
Yeah.
creators create videos on their behalf. It doesn't
We
have
do
to go
that.
on your page, right?
Nick, we
You
do
don't
that.
have to, exactly. You don't have to have a million followers like Ty does. Now listen, we all want to have a million followers like Ty. We would love to have it. We're not going to turn it down,
Yeah.
but don't let that keep you from, you know, reaching out to
Yeah.
brands to create content for them. And if you actually have concepts, like actual scripts that you write out or outlines of concepts that you can give to brands that you could do for, to
Yeah.
promote their products or their services, like that is valuable as well, because
Mm-hmm.
now they know that you have the ability to keep creating new things for them, and you can become an asset in that way as well. And so listen, I hope y'all have been getting all these gems that Ty has been dropping. You're a man of God, you're a husband, you're a father, you are a good standing citizen, you are out here inspiring people, and you are using your gifts to the best of your ability. And you've stayed consistent for the past few years, and that has led to you being able to actually generate a part-time income as a creator, and I believe will very soon become a full-time income, because I do believe there's another level in you, and it's just really about figuring out how to manage the schedule and manage the time so you're not cutting out quality time from your loved ones. And I think it's just a matter of reaching out to brands and
Yeah.
being a little bit more aggressive and assertive in terms of long-term relationships, right?
Yeah.
And saying, hey, listen, I'd love to do a video for you, a one-off video for this amount, but I'm looking for long-term relationships. Rather than you showing up on my page one time and never again,
Yeah.
how about we work something out where you show up on my page once a month
Yeah.
and you get a recurring presence in front of my audience? Let's talk about that type of deal. And I think that's what's in your future, Ty. So if you haven't already thought about that, then I'm putting it in your mind. And if you have been thinking about that, then this is your confirmation that you're thinking along the right path and it's time to take action. But either way, man, I appreciate you so much for taking time to jump on this live with me and be a guest on Convos with Creators. I thank you so much for just being authentic and being transparent and being willing to share the numbers behind what you've been able to generate as a creator. And I know that there's so much more beyond that, man. But you've been extremely generous, and I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you for tuning
Thank
on.
you, man. I really appreciate you, and you've been doing all the bragging. But if I could just say one thing about Monty real quick, this is one of the most genuine guys I know, and I mean that wholeheartedly. This guy's always got a smile on his face. It's infectious. I mean, it is infectious, man. And like, he's just got the nicest smile, dude. I'm kind of jealous of your smile. I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, dude, like you have always been the real deal. You are constantly dropping just fire all the time, man. I've been following you well before you hit 100K, and I've been really enjoying the journey of watching you,
Thank you.
man. And it's just a blessing to know you. It's a blessing to be associated with you in any capacity. And I hope we get to do this time and time and time and time again, man. If y'all follow this man, y'all know how great he is, and give him all your money because it's worth it. Like I'm telling you, pay this man, keep this man in business because I mean he's gonna. This is the tip of the iceberg for you, man. I wholeheartedly believe like this is just the beginning for you. Um, you've worked so hard, and I just can't wait to see what God does with your life in the next couple of years, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that so much, man. It means a lot coming from you, man. And yeah, this is lifelong brotherhood, and I know we're gonna have more conversations like this in the future, especially as we both continue to grow and navigate through life into the other roles that God has planned for us, bro. So, again, thank you. I appreciate you so much. God bless you. Congratulations on all the success that you've had so far, and all the success that I know is on the way, man. Keep crushing it. Keep being an inspiration. And everybody that tuned in here, make sure you go ahead and follow Ty right now. Follow him on Instagram. Follow him on TikTok. It's at ty.kelly.official on TikTok and Instagram. This guy has some of the most hilarious content that I know for a fact. First of all, brace yourself. You are going to have several nights where you are up past the time that you should be because you're on his page binging his videos. But I promise you, his videos are the type of videos that make you get closer to your friends and closer to your family, closer to your loved ones, because it's just feel good, funny content that everybody can relate to and everybody could get some laughter from. So
Thank you,
go ahead and
man.
check him out. Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely, man. Go ahead and follow Ty. And one last time, comment "get paid" below in the comment section and check your DM. I'll send you a link to get a free account with Creator so that you can actually start getting some paid brand deals. Doesn't matter how big your following is. It does not matter. You can set up a free account with Creator. They are the #1 influencer marketing platform out there, and they are making it easier for you to get money in your pocket. So they bridge the gap between brands that want to pay creators and the creators themselves. It's free to get started. Comment, get paid, check your DM, and
Don't
go set up
sleep
a free
on it,
account.
y'all. Don't
Yeah, don't
sleep
sleep
on
on
it.
it all. There's money out there, man. So I'll see y'all on the next Convos with Creators. Keep a lookout. Add me to your favorites. Turn on your notifications. You definitely don't want to miss the next one. Appreciate y'all so much. God bless. Let's get it. Let's
Let's
go.
get
Let's
it. Love you,
grow.
bro. Love you,
I got a
bro.
sweaty armpit. Look at that. Anyway, we out.